Alright, let's get the last two over with. Hopefully they're short. We are over the 2-hour mark. We got ourselves Imperfect Redemption. Imperfect Redemption. Okay, save. SCP-1978 is to be contained at Site 17 in a locked room 4x1x1 meter. Redeemed Whisper. Okay, sure. At no time is a system of running water to be connected to the object without prior O5 approval. Any and all testing using SCP-1978 involving a live subject must receive O5 approval. Must be extensively documented and must be backed up to off-site locations before and after testing. All computer records of testing using the subject must be stored off-site at least 1,750 kilometers from Site 17, and any systems containing such records must be protected against the known reality-altering events to the extent the Foundation is able. At no time are personnel or other human subjects without officially documented records of violence allowed to enter a cubicle containing the object and testing apparatus. No approved human test subjects are to be permitted to use the function of SCP-1978 more than 2 consecutive times without first being allowed to commit a violent act. A periodic administrative audit of the backup sites will be performed by personnel attached to O5 on a monthly basis to ensure satisfactory execution of data handling. Additional containment procedures of as of the 23rd, 2000. O5 Council further requires that multiple copies of the testing logs from the object be kept on other sites around the world. See it and B. AfroFluff sniffs incredibly loudly and obnoxiously. How dare you? I would never. SCP-1978 is a shower cubicle conforming to mid-1960s style and containing components manufactured by... I need to check how long the cooldown on the Whisper one is, because I did not check on that compared to the Henry one. The Henry has a half an hour cooldown and a max time usage for one person, like once per person, 5 times per stream. So I need to check how long the cooldown for Whisper is. Incorporation as part of the product line. When in use, SCP-1978 emits water flow at a rate of 143 milliliters per second and a temperature of 37.38 and 50 minutes. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll probably reduce it to 10 because like I feel like not that like the 1 minute Whisper is not going to be like that bad. Like half that more on repeat. The 10-minute Whisper, that will be similar cooldown than like with Henry. The temperature and water flow cannot be modified. The only control is the lever starting water flowing through the shower head. Human subjects utilizing SCP-1978's intended function report that the water flow is more rapid than it is usually comfortable, and depending on the subject's background and mental capacity for feeling guilt, report a sense of relief, typically using the phrase "a weight off my shoulders." SCP-1978 removes the feeling of guilt over a single act of violence from the subject, as well as removing any and all evidence of such guilt. This is corroborated by examinations and comparisons of local and off-site personal records, which invariably show discrepancies, especially in regards to commission of violence. I think this is the shower that Xeno uses. The most prevalent discrepancy is the length of the subject's criminal record. The copy kept locally will be incomplete when compared to the master records held at site or the backup at site. I need this. It's hard for my victims, not gonna lie. Yeah, sure. Testing reveals that this effect extends beyond just a change in attitude or an alteration of official documentation. When asked about discrepancies, subjects invariably remember only what is contained in personnel records located at Site 17. Additionally, local personnel standards officers are equally unaware of the differences between on-site and remote records and assume that the off-site records are in error. Okay, gotcha. The same attitudes and belief. So, any information outside the location, like the actual murder and all that stuff, that like any criminal things that they've done, illegal stuff they've done, the Foundation would look at it and be like, that can't be right. The same attitudes and beliefs are held by all staff of all the human subjects local to Site 17. Further investigation into the effect reveals that if the D-class personnel were incarcerated for an act committed within a 1,750 kilometer radius, all products, victims, and evidences of the offense cease to exist, unless they were previously transported outside of the effective area. If, however, evidence records and witnesses were outside the effective area at the time of the object's activation, they will retain the contents and existence upon entering the effective area after the object is deactivated. Once the water is turned off. Okay, so if you have information about the subject and the water gets turned off in that certain radius, and you walk back into the radius, that information will not change. Bro, my cat's being annoying. They want your attention, man. On occasion, testing on human subjects will result in the disappearance of the test subject itself. So the Xeno did not use this. The exact cause is unknown, though the current leading hypothesis is that it seems to be a function of the number of times a subject uses SCP-1798, as well as the magnitude of the offenses committed by the subject. It is also possible that the age plays a factor. Subjects disappearing in this manner completely vanish from records within the effective area, and no memory is extant with any human subjects that are known to have interacted with the disappeared unless they are outside the effective area at the time of activation. She wants to keep eating my wings. She jumped on the counter. You got some wings, bro? You gotta share it. And then May, circumstances of original acquisition. SCP-1978 came to the Foundation attention through G, an individual of some influence, who informed Foundation researchers of the disappearance of his male sibling and female relation by marriage. When Mr. G queried local law enforcement, they were adamant that there were no records of his relations living at the provided address. Further research found that the only record of the subject after the move to the location housing the object was an electronic payment purchase made 5 years previous at the National Airport, a location exactly 1,000 kilometers away from the subject's street address. Foundation research found similar circumstances for a number of previous owners, though it appears that due to a perception of high turnover, realtor agents ceased showing the location for a period of around 8 years until Mr. G relations bought the house. This information, of course, was reconstructed based on official sources and correspondence held outside of the effective area. Research further discovered that the house was originally built in the mid-1950s by a man suspected by local law enforcement to be involved in the disappearance of several young males. The presence of these records is anomalous given the known properties of SCP-1978 and may indicate that the object gained its properties at some point after the events recorded by local law enforcement. See notes following Addendum B. Given the object's ability to affect changes on records, memories, electronic data, and other usual means of correlating anecdotal evidence, it was determined at an early stage that containment procedures would include constant comparison and auditing of data concerning the activation and subsequent consequences of using SCP-178. Addendum B. Addendum Bar. Security incident report of data backup outlet findings. Why did I read fingertips? If SCP-682 touched this, he may consider killing humans. Wait, you talk about the... You talking about the lizard, right? The how to kill reptilian? Or are you talking about a different one? So, wait, you're saying if SCP-682 touched this, he may consider killing humans? Isn't it? I mean, he already is considering killing humans. That's his whole shtick. He wants to kill everybody. I'm a bit confused with that sentence. Then in B, yeah, okay, there we go. Date. Oh, sorry, let's do it again. 31st, 2000. Anomalous findings. Auditors performing the mandated data backup review for Site 17 and have found an abnormal number of data correlation. As O5 is aware, in the case of SCP-178, record discrepancies are the norm rather than the exception when reviewing data from this object. Correlation in records between Site 17 and remote sites can indicate that the remote site is now being affected by SCP-178's deleterious effects across a spectrum of records, data, or even the existence of personnel. The auditors have indeed discovered that when records painting to Site 17 and SCP-1978 are reviewed from site, the expected presence of discrepancies reappear. Potential impact on containment. While this is an unsettling change in the object's action, containment cannot be considered breached, as the knowledge of the object and its change in function is retained within the Foundation. However, the auditors recommend the following course of action. Data regarding SCP-178 testing must be replicated off-site to all other Foundation holdings, both in and out of the object's effective area. Wait, does this get rid of guilt or makes you feel more... It gets rid of guilt, bro. It literally takes away guilt or any like criminal information, and for some people even just general information about the person. It did say like the higher the crime is, the more like it is a higher the chances that they vanish or certain things will go away, but they will feel less guilty about it. Because it literally says, typically using the phrase "a weight off my shoulders." That's why I was confused when he said, "Oh, he wants to kill humans," which he already does anyway. He already wants to kill humans. It doesn't matter which SCP he touches. Him wanting to kill humans is like his his natural state. I wasn't really paying attention. Okay. In light of the events detailed in Addendum B, it can reasonably be hypothesized that the object's effective area has been growing since its initial anomalous activity. It's currently unknown whether this happens as a result of use, or if the growth occurs regardless of other factors. Dr. Head Researcher. Note. Under no circumstances are personnel who have participated in any part of Procedure 110 Montauk to be allowed to use SCP-1978. 05. Looks like the Procedure 110 Montag must have been like really like, you know, affecting the morality of a person, and because 05 is like, nah, no don't use this to feel better about yourself. You don't get to do that. You don't get to do that. I do like that it basically takes the feeling of like how a shower, like whenever you like a lot of people with depression, they like showers because it just, you know, relieves the weight of the shoulder. Like it relieves, like it just makes them feel good. Or like, you know how people say like people who are lonely, they take showers. And that's like the closest thing they feel to like human touch. So I think this person took that concept and was like, yeah, what if it just makes you just feel no guilt about murdering a person? And even like not only does it relieve you from that guilt, it also takes away any evidence that you did that. As long as it's in the radius, evidence of that will go away. But of course, at the same time, if you take too many showers with that thing, you yourself will vanish. So You become so guilt-free you cease to exist. Damn, last SCP already. For a sec it was a little TV man, yeah? I mean, but it's still like 2 hours and 15 minutes after. Well, no, 2 hours and 20 minutes have passed. So yeah, it's been a while.